good factor as well.
Exactly.
So guys, this isn't the best feel-good factor, but a UAE resident shared CCTV footage of a delivery driver trying to fix a spill as a result of poor packaging. Now, it's common knowledge that food delivery drivers don't have it easy. And apart from the obvious obstacles such as weather, urgency, safety, being underpaid, and etc., drivers also have the immense pressure to deliver food in good time and in good condition. Hence, mistakes are bound to happen. And with that being said, an unfortunate incident came to light when a UAE resident shared footage of a delivery driver tampering with her food order. Now, the CCTV footage, now doing rounds on social media, shows the driver attempting to fix the dropped food order before handing it to the customer.
Yeah, so the incident actually took place on May 27th in Al Ain, Abu Dhabi, and the driver in question was immediately suspended following the complaint. A spokesperson from the food delivery app released a statement on the situation saying, "We recently became aware of a video showing a rider poorly handling a delivery. What was reported is concerning and goes against our health and safety policy to safeguard everyone who uses our platform. So we are in contact with everyone involved, and the rider was suspended pending investigation. The restaurant has been given a formal warning and reminded to abide by our health and safety guidelines by ensuring proper packaging."
Now, we shared the story online, and a common sentiment there is that food outlets should take the responsibility of ensuring that food parcels are appropriately sealed for delivery and takeaway orders, and F&B outlets should package their takeaway parcels in a foolproof manner, keeping in mind the many factors that could come into play from the time the food leaves the restaurant to when it reaches the customer. Also, putting the drivers under such intense pressure to ensure customer satisfaction would inevitably, result in such unfortunate incidents. And that was literally the common sentiment online whether you check the post, whether you check YouTube, TikTok, wherever we've shared the story, and people have the exact same thing to say because the driver was suspended immediately. The customer got, she was compensated for it, she got the refund, she was given extra credit, but the restaurant, basically, it's the restaurant's fault for not packaging it properly.
Yeah, I think you're definitely right. All the sentiment was very much this is a common situation that happens and people have definitely experienced it multiple times.
Yeah.
I've experienced it myself and I'm sure you have as well.
Like spilled food?
Yeah, and sometimes it just doesn't make sense. There was an incident the other day even when I ordered soup. And the packaging came and there was literally a hole at the top, and they hadn't sealed it properly. So obviously that's gonna spill. No matter how safely you're driving, it's just inevitable at some point.
Exactly. And like we mentioned, so many things can come into play. Those sudden maneuverings, a car coming in front, an accident, the bike falling over. You have to consider all those things. If you are going to go ahead and use these drivers to deliver your food, you have to make sure the packaging is appropriate for all kinds of conditions. People order ice creams, juices, soups, and these are liquids. Anything can fall off.
Yeah, and I mean, we're so lucky in the fact that we can literally, at the drop of a dime, kind of just whatever we're craving or whatever we need, have it delivered to us, and it's just so easy and convenient. But that's, thanks to the people that also take the time and get it to us so efficiently and in such a short amount of time. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Honestly, the internet feels so bad for the driver. It's he was probably scared that the complaint would go in and then he would be reprimanded for it. So, thus, he took the measures of just putting the food back. And just giving to the customer. But I mean, it's still not the most hygienic thing to do. Obviously not. So you would be in trouble for that. But I mean, unfortunate, clearly. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so the main question here was, so people were asking, how did the CCTV footage get access? So it was her private home and CCTV camera right outside her villa. Yeah. And that caught the driver doing this, and that CCTV footage is what she took and sent to the food delivery company and just shared it on social media. So if that's a question you had, that's what happened.
But I think in these instances too, it's, a personal opinion, but it's kind of something that I understand her frustration, I understand their situation, the customer, but it should be dealt privately as well.
Very true.
Because there's no need, at the end of the day, you got your compensation, all that, yada, yada, but it's something that as well doesn't need to be spread over.
Very true. Especially when another person's job is at risk.
Yeah.
You really want to consider, is it worth it? where was he coming from, you know, like all the intentions behind.
Yeah.
But I mean, these kind of stories, you really understand like all kinds of perspectives.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think just at the end of the day, you know, be mindful again, as we've always said, and be thankful for the people, you know, helping you out and helping deliver your food. And
Exactly.
yeah,
Well said.
yeah.